Oh, hello there, Site42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. As always, I am Dr. Sherman, Site Director of Site42 and Head Containment Specialist, and welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site42. As always, once a day, the streak continues strong, 4.5 months and climbing. We take a little break from our day, maybe 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours or so. Today it's a 1-hour stream, by the way. And I answer your questions about the SCP Foundation universe, as well as giving you updates about what's going on with the world of the Foundation. Now, before we begin, Descavalto Clef, congratulations on stealing the right of first from other chatters. You are doing your duty to troll them hard. Congratulations. Our moderators are interesting folk. Meanwhile, Senior Researcher Frogman, Thespian Rose, Pinky, Amber, Sin, Frogman, Justifactory, Phantasmic Jenny, Billy the Go-Goat, Senior Researcher Alex, Luna, Ryder, Chaos Goblin Dogs. Good to see you guys in the chat. Thank you for being members. Meanwhile, M3AT Bradley, Ink Monster, the truest troll face with the funny meme number site, and Dr. Puppeteer. Good to see you guys in the chat, just for being you. Welcome, welcome, welcome as we get into today's stream. The coffee has the pestilence. Wait, Sherm, don't drink that. Well, yesterday, an 049 from some universe said I have the pestilence anyway, so what's the difference right now? It's not like there's actually a pestilence. Can't believe 049's got you guys doing the crazy talk, too. Alright, checking the chat if there's anything I want to address right out of the gate. Otherwise, yeah, how are you guys doing? Having a good day around the site? No big containment breaches or explosions to deal with? Because here at this Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, as always, I'm here to answer your questions, to illuminate, elucidate, educate you about the inner workings of the SCP Foundation, our workplace of choice. And so whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the groups of interest who get mad at us for containing, the staff who are so good at containing, or hypothetical containment procedures for anomalies that fall outside the Foundation's purview, either because it's their multiverse shenanigans, pataphysical narrative levels, i.e. fandoms, I am here to answer for the next 55 minutes. But the thing I'm most interested in telling you guys about today, the object that we put in the title, the 9K contest is coming. We've talked about that. The 9K contest is coming. But the authors are dropping previews. The authors are dropping previews like these are movies they're writing. And some of them go real hard. So we're going to be checking out some of the previews to get ourselves ready for the 9K contests. But before I do that, Ink Monster, welcome to Mobile Task Force Captainship here at Site42. We appreciate your membership and your service in the battle against the white names. Senior Researcher Alex, what's the 9,000 contest? Okay, if you're not familiar with the 9K con, then that would make this rather confusing. So, you know, not everybody follows the SCP Wiki that closely. Obviously, I do like it when you read the articles. It makes it easier because I don't have to answer any questions that are already answered in the documents. But what had happened was the SCP Foundation was born, and the first SCP written was SCP-173. And SCP-173, the sculpture, was numbered 173 because it left mystery. Oh, what are the other 172 objects below this? What if there are more than that? Ooh, spooky. And so they started writing more and more documents, but what they didn't write is SCP-001. because that's the first SCP. It's got to be like a big deal. And it would be a big deal for whoever got to be the singular author with that. So instead, they created the SCP-001 proposals. And that was, everybody can write their own SCP-001, and it's SD Locke's proposal, it's Lily's proposal, it's Clef's proposal. So everyone can have their own proposal for the one slot. But then they wrote too many dang SCPs. And so they got to 2,000, or they got to 1,000. And they're like, all right, well, who's going to be the 1,000 slot? It's not going to be a bunch of people again. So they had a contest. And every 1,000 SCPs written, they have a contest to make the next 1,000. And so every contest, the winner gets to be the 1,000 slot, or the 2,000 slot, or the 3,000 slot. And then everybody else can pick backup slots that they want for their article if they don't win. And then second place gets their backup slot, third place gets their backup slot, so on and so forth. So each contest has a theme, and it's a whole big deal. And they're coming around a lot faster because more people are joining the community and writing more stuff. It's kind of exhausting to keep up with, but I do love art being made, so I like it. Can you make an SCP-001 today? Yes, you are still, anybody can write an SCP-001 article. In fact, some authors have made multiple 001 articles. They just had the inspiration and did it. Desk, thank you for gifting a Site42 membership to a lucky soul in the chat. If you got that membership from Desk, thank Desk for his generosity. Space War Gaming, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a churro on your way past the commissary. If the backrooms was an SCP, can it be a drop point? I don't know what a drop point is the way you're saying it, but I do know that it is something we would contain if it were in the SCP universe, and since it isn't, it's handled by the Async Corporation, and I just think they're bad at their job. They should let us have it, for real. Ryder, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some kimbap on your way past the commissary. Sorry for the earthquake. Sorry to stab an open wound, but what do you think 049 is going to do if the pestilence is found? Will it truly stop turning people undead? Do I understand what this pestilence is? Well, I doubt you understand what the pestilence is because it doesn't exist. So there is that. Meanwhile, I guess if it can cure it, then something's going to happen. But I don't know what that is, and I doubt we're going to see it because, you know, delusional jerk. Sin, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member, as well as gifting 10 memberships to the Site42 chat. Your service in the battle against the White Names is legendary today. We greatly appreciate it. If you got a membership from Sin, make sure to thank them for their generosity. And then grab yourself some Texas toast on your way past the commissary. Can I get a cookie and 999? Okay, you can get a cookie instead of Texas toast. Appears in the break room. I'm once again bored inside my containment box. Can I, doctor? You know what? For your generosity of the day, yes, you can have a cookie as long as you don't give it to 999. We don't need that little guy bouncing off the walls again. Space War Gaming, thank you for donating again and to clarify your question, like dumping SCPs into the back rooms. So, we do not dump anomalies into liminal infinite spaces. A lot of people ask us about the infinite IKEA. Why don't we just put anomalies in there? Because we don't know how to get them back out. In the infinite IKEA, the door moves. And so you go in there, you lose sight of the door, and it leaves. Meanwhile, the back rooms, once you get in, it's very hard to get out without a fancy portal, like Async managed to build, despite their ineptitude. They at least have that going for them. But it's just an unpredictable space, and we don't want anomalies stored in unpredictable spaces. We like them contained, secured, and protected, and maintained in a way where we know exactly where they are so we can study them more thoroughly and make sure they don't escape. Okay, thank you guys for the quick bevy of donations and gifted memberships. We're having a good day today. I appreciate your generosity. Desk, can you send me all of the teasers you have in mind? Because I want to show some teasers now. And I have on deck, I have Shaggy Dreadlocks, I have Plague, and who else do I have here? I had one more. I just gotta scroll and find them. Where are you? You're down here somewhere. That is Shaggy. That is Plague. That's Sumerian. Okay, I got Sumerian. Desk, I would appreciate if you shared them anyways, so I don't have social media in the background of the shots. It'd be cool if I could just have the Discord show the post. I know Sumerian, Billith, Shaggy, and Plague have previews right now. While Desk is consolidating those previews, I will show you one. I'll just use Twitter for it. But, what the? Sin! Thank you for gifting another 10 memberships. Holy cow. Thank you so much for your service in the battle against the White Names. The White Names will surely be outnumbered at this rate. What happens if you order SCP-294 in 294? Axer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a coffee at the commissary, and the answer is nothing, because it does not dispense itself, because it's self-preservation instincts. It has self-preservation instincts, so it will not liquefy itself. Ryder, thank you for gifting a membership to today's stream. The membership gifts are off the charts today. Much obliged, everyone. Thank you for your service in the battle against the White Names. Sin, thank you for another 5 memberships. Money, my lord. You guys are throwing in waves here. The green names are everywhere. The green names are everywhere. We're winning the battle against the White Names. Thank you so much for your continued service in this battle. Make sure you are thanking the person who gifted you a membership if you get it. Although it doesn't tell you if multiple people gift them, so just be thankful. Be gratuitous for their generosity. Oh no. Billith's preview is a video? Oh my god, Billith. Come on. Buddy. That's crazy. All right. Let me get this last dono, and then I'm putting donos on a hold for a moment. You guys can still donate. I'll get them after the subject matter. So, Monsterisek, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Twinkie on your way past the commissary. What exactly is the Scarlet King, Dr. Sherman? It is a Grumpy Gus. It is a Grumpy Gus Cthulhu from another universe. It hates all life. It finds it all annoying, and it wants to kill. It's basically 682, but bigger. And so, yes. In fact, some people say 682 is a child of the Scarlet King. And so it's just a smaller, angrier little lizard version of the Big Daddy. And so one day, the Scarlet King's going to enter our universe and Bending Rodriguez, kill all humans, baby. And we've got to just stop cults from summoning it and keep it out. If it can't get here, it can't bother us. At least mostly. All right. A moment where we handle the things I'm supposed to be handling. So, the first preview I had is not actually an official preview. There's an official preview, but this is Shaggy Dreadlocks, the creator of When Day Breaks, the SCP, one of the most popular SCP-001s. And for the 9-con contest, they say, have a solid idea for the contest finally, some idea of what I'm working towards. And so, of course, you have the SCP-9000 art in the retweet. But then, what do you mean you're going to combine the Berryman Langford mimetic kill agent with Junji Ito? Shaggy, what do you mean? What do you mean you're going to mix the Berryman Langford mimetic kill agent with Junji Ito. Shaggy! Shaggy, what do you mean? That is my currently just favorite concept that I am super afraid of right now. The writer of When Day Breaks is combining the Berryman Langford mimetic kill agent with Junji Ito. And so that is just their, oh, I have an idea for this. It's kind of like this. Let me show you their actual preview now. Shaggy's actual preview looks like this. Following the cessation of communication, the following agent was disseminated through covert channels, causing 13 fatalities and data expunged, mutations upon their reception and review. The apprehension or termination of Doctors Berryman and Langford have become a top priority. Look closer. That's a hell of a start. That's a hell of a start, Shaggy. I am in fact worried. But all right. Now Desk has done what I asked, which is reported me all of the other available previews. So now, Frankier. Shaggy is short for Shaggy Dreadlocks, which is the user handle of the creator of When Day Breaks. SD Locks proposal, that's Shaggy Dreadlocks' proposal. There's a funny thing in 001s where you kind of make your user handle more legitimate somehow to make your article scarier sometimes. So Shaggy Dreadlocks is a silly little username, but SD Lock, now that's a legitimate researcher. All right, so here is Dr. Sumerian's 9K teaser for an article called Unbroken. What will be was. What was will be. You'll find no gods in this machine. What will be was. What was will be. You'll find no gods in this machine. And so I don't know what's going on with these fellows. And I don't know what's going on here. But Sumerian is one of the top 10 authors in terms of writing capacity on the wiki. So I do not leave it not to Sim to show some good ones. Desk, I don't know of any other previews up right now. If you want to do a quick Twitter search for 9con, and see what they, or for 9K and see what they've got. But right now I only know of the ones that you have here. Now next up is SCP author Plague PJP. Plague PJP is one of my personal favorite SCP authors. There are certain authors where, like Sumerian, I always like his work. I know it's going to be good. For some reason, Plague and J. Dune, I always talk about these two rogues. Because for some reason, they always knock my socks off. It's never just, I like it. It's always, whoa. J. Dune and Plague PJP might be two of my favorite SCP authors. I've never thought about it in that order, but man, I talk about them a lot. So, Plague. Here is, I don't even know what to do with Plague's preview here. Bread, sauce, cheese, all the way down. A feeling of dread overwhelmed me, and I felt everything and nothing at the same time. SCP-9000, Pizza Freak. What does that mean? What does that mean? What do you mean, Pizza Freak, Plague? Why is the pizza scary? Okay. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Desk personally attacked me in the chat. Desk personally attacked me. Wizgoon, SCP Twitter shitposter, posted this, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. Chad, I just remembered that 9Con is going to be immediately followed up by the 2025 anthology. There's too much food! We've got to eat, man! How much can we eat? There's too many good SCPs being posted! Help! Somebody asked what the theme for 9Con is. And in case you are unfamiliar with the theme for 9Con this time around, 9Con's theme, as posted by the SCP Wiki itself, is structures, constructs, and patterns. Structures, constructs, and patterns for SCP-9000. And now, thanks to Desk knowing about this, we've looked at Sumerian's preview for Unbroken. We've looked at Plague's preview for Pizza Freak. We looked at Shaggy's preview for the frickin' Berryman Langford Junji Ito Mimetic Hazard of Spiral Death. Ugh. And now we end with Dear God Billith, I can't believe you made a video preview. So let's take a look at what Billith has going on. Let me mute and... if you're unfamiliar with Billith, by the way, besides being an SCP author of some choice articles, sometimes too smart for me to understand articles, the guy's brilliant. Furthermore, Billith makes music on their YouTube channel called Slowgramming, and it's very vibey music, so you should check that out. It's good stuff. But on their YouTube channel, they have SCP-9000 Canopsia, and the description just reads, "Collapse is inevitable." So here is a video preview from Billith. I should just full screen this, that makes sense. Billith, what the fuck? Billith, what the fuck? Desk, link that in the chat so that people can visit it and see it not through me pointing a cell phone at a monitor. All right, let me turn back on my vibe music. Okay, DJ Cactus has a preview. DJ Cactus and Vapid Poem are apparently working together. Like it or I'll be very disappointed with you. I hit like, Desk. I hit like on the preview. Okay, so here is the DJ Cactus Vapid Poem joint collab. He knows not why. All he knows is, he knows. SCP-9000, the Oracle. Someone mentioned we should read 9con entries on stream, like we did with Classicon. I will certainly read some. The tricky part is, at least Classicon, the articles are less than 1,000 words. It doesn't take that long. If you go back on our playlist a couple years, you will see Billith and I, and sometimes guest readers like Dr. Sumerian or other authors from the wiki. We tried to read every SCP-7000 contest entry. We streamed daily for like a week and a half. And then life got in the way and we just had to stop because there were so many articles. And many of them were very long. And so, the bigger this community gets, the harder it is to keep up with everything. So that makes the contests harder because no one can read them all. So you just got to read and hope you get lucky to see some of the good ones. Whew. Okay. Okay, that was a lot. Amber Chaos, yes, that was with Billith. You can see Billith in our streams if you go to that playlist. I believe there's a playlist on the channel for that. Let me double check my information on that. Content, playlists, going down in an earlier round because that's from a long time ago. Where is the playlist? Somewhere down here. There are some streams. Okay, it's not its own playlist, but it is in our old playlist for anomalous broadcasts from Site 42. And we streamed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 different streams trying to get through all those SCP articles in the 7,000 contest. The first stream was 11 hours, it was 12 hours long because we were trying to do them all in one day and we couldn't. And so from there, we streamed for 5 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 1 hour, 4 hours, 3.5, 4 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour and a half. We streamed so much to try and get through all of those articles, and we didn't make it. It was insanity. And so, you know, I was hoping, hey, maybe by 9,000, I'll be in like a quit my day job mode where I could do the channel full time and then read all the articles and do like things for that. But I don't even think if I went that hard, if I even did quit my day job, I don't think I could get through all the articles that are written because so many articles are written and a lot of them are really long. And so this place is crazy. This place is crazy. And don't forget, guys, before we started doing the coffee breaks and the office hours streams, I only would stream like once a week and do like a 2 to 3 hour stream reading an SCP, talking to its author. That's what you'll find a lot in the old anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I would have authors on as guests. We would discuss it. You can go back and see the old tapes. They're all still there. But yeah, what we would do annually before I just got too tired to keep doing it, I aged out of it, is we would do an annual Halloween stream, 24 hours of streaming, raising money for the San Francisco LGBTQ Center. And so that was an event every once in a while. And so, whew. Yeah, I've done 24-hour stream before. It's not great. I don't like it. But, it was a hard round. The last one we did was a good one to end on. We raised pretty good money. And we also had a lot of good guests. Radiger helped me run it. Sumerian was there for a lot of it. And Nick Nocturne from Nightmind came on as a guest for a little bit. As well as the team from Dark Math Films, the guys who made SCP-096 with Mr. Clay, and then did the SCP Academy demo, or Academy pilot. Whew, okay. I'm collecting my brain. Oh, yeah. Desk helped out at that stream by donating a Clef thirst trap if we hit $5,000 in donations. A Dr. Alto Clef thirst trap. Okay, now I'm back. Now I'm back to normal. My brain is not broken. As a time check, we are 33 minutes into stream, so we have 27 minutes left. Aged out of it. Yes, Amber. I'm too old for 24-hour stream, man. That's a lot. That's a lot of stamina. I need to work my way back up to that. Rose Lady, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a croissant on your way past the commissary. So I just started reading The King in Yellow and managed to drop in when you talked about his emo cousin. I got hungry at the right time. Hey, what? Pardon. What a crazy random happenstance. Good stuff. Ryder, thank you for donating again. Do you call an SCP on your stream if it turns out to be an SCP that pretended to be normal and you hypothetically used to call them he, she? Also, where did Solver get so much money? I mean, freaking crazy... weird robots probably hack the internet. That's my first thought. And meanwhile, do you call an SCP on your stream it if it turns out to be an SCP that pretended to be normal and you hypothetically... Yes, if I discover it is then an SCP, it changes to it. That's just common sense. Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a cruller on your way past the commissary. And thank you for a cute waving corgi asking how's it going. It's going quite well today, I believe. Did you see those 9Con previews we just showed off? Things are getting crazy around here. The Absolute Solver Sin, thank you for donating again. I might have given 999 a bit of the cookie. Clef told me it was fine. 999 is acting weird now. Can I get some help here? I don't want to use my abilities. Doctor, send help. Just get away from 999 and let security handle it. 999 is just going to bounce off the walls for a little bit. It just needs to calm down. Clef, on the other hand, you and I are going to have words later. Da-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na. 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 Ink Monster, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a newly minted member. Make sure to grab yourself a... Grab yourself... What's that good appetizer called when it's mozzarella cheese, basil, some vinaigrette, and some tomato? What's that called again? You can grab that from the commissary, but first I'm going to be annoyed and find out what it's called. Appetizer, mozzarella, Caprice! Grab yourself a Caprice on your way past the commissary. Scott Best, or Scott Beast YouTube. Yes, it was a Caprice, thank you. And meanwhile, Ink Monster, hey, Dr. Sherman, are you mentioning any SCP files? So, first of all, cheating. Cheating is that I mention myself in some of my own SCPs. Because I wrote them, and I get to do it. And so specifically, I don't think I mentioned myself in my first 4 SCPs. My first 5, 6, I only mentioned myself in the last one. Because in the SCP-5542, Cake by the Ocean, I have 2 agents who are discussing personal business while on the job because it's a comedy article. And they are based on Sean and Gus from Psych, which tickles me pink. And in that article, they talk about Sherman being this sad dude down in the archives who needs to get out and get some more sun. And so that is just an offhanded joke in one of my articles. But if I go to the search function for the wiki and I search for Dr. Sherman, let's see what comes up. So, there was something in the chat I wanted to do before I continued on this. What did I miss? There was something. What is the name of the Site 42 director? Hi, Zlatko. I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42. All right, so, articles that mention Dr. Sherman. The originator of Dr. Sherman, where Dr. Sherman came from, is SCP-049, the Plague Doctor. Specifically, in the rewrite, DJ Cactus worked with its previous author, who we don't talk about because of schmetophilia issues. Cactus wanted voiced logs for the 049 interviews. And so I think it was Sumerian, and someone else did voices. And in return, because we didn't get paid for the voice work, Cactus named the character Dr. Theron Sherman after my wiki user handle, The Sherm. And so it was just a little cute in-joke. And so that is where Dr. Sherman came from. And then, no, Bruno did not write the OG 049, Senior Researcher Frogman. This is a different one. Just as a side tangent about community dynamics, there are a lot of people who are like, oh my god, SCP has a problem with people attracted to minors. And it's not a problem with SCP, it's a problem of any group of people up to a certain threshold of a group. I think if I remember the math right, there's currently 1 million people on the sex offenders list in the United States of America. And there's a population of 330 million-ish Americans. Which means proportionally, 1 out of 330 people in America is on the sex offenders list. So think of that the next time you go to a mall and there's like a couple thousand people there. That's just a problem with society. And it's important to find patterns, but not to find the wrong patterns, because it's not so much group related as it is just there's a big group of people. And when there's a big group of people, there's always going to be some bad eggs. And so everybody's got to do a good job keeping vigilant to root out the bad eggs. All right, terrible tangent. Terrible tangent aside. So yes, the 049 article is where Dr. Sherman is born. And then Dr. Sherman has been mentioned in SCP-7777, Heptophobia, by friend of the channel, Yossi. And Yossi Posey wrote this article, also the author of SCP-8980. 7777 is a predictive string of numbers that can predict things or, like, tell secrets. And at one point, someone used this anomaly to try and frame me for a crime that I didn't do. And so I got to be like Mr. Green in Clue. I told you I didn't do it! So yeah, someone tried to accuse me of a crime in 7777. They accused me of assault, by the way. Specifically, whoever asked for which crime, I saw it fly by in the chat. They accused me of assaulting a junior researcher for some reason. That music is far too intense for what we're doing here. Meanwhile, in SCP-6969-J, which, isn't that Yossi again? It's Yossi again. Yossi keeps writing me into his articles. Hilarious. I didn't realize the trend. Yeah, in that article, I think we're like getting rid of sex or something. Foundation operations related to or involving Project Anti-Fuck are to be suspended indefinitely. It refers to a WK class end of sex scenario following the conclusion of Project Anti-Fuck. SCP-6969-J is characterized by a number of normalcy-disrupting phenomena not originally intended by SCP-6969-J's activation, including but not limited to the complete cessation of all sexual desire in all life on Earth, the anomalously enforced physical inability to engage in sexual actions, including for non-reproductive purposes. So, and also the manifestation of the ethereal skeleton. So yes, we specifically ended all sex on Earth to manifest an ethereal skeleton. I don't know, I gotta reread this one. It's been a couple years. But, yeah. Go enjoy SCP-6969-J. I have a minor cameo there. Dr. Sherman is also present in... No, those are fragments of End of Sex. SCP-4416, which is titled Tales of Site-42, Tales spelled T-A-I-L-S, Why the Foundation Punches Sharks. And I am the Site Director of Site-42 in SCP-4416. That is the most places that I am listed in. Oh no, wait. I'm listed in SCP-7871, codename Cracked It Fortnite. And in SCP-7871, it just mentions someone's going to email me. So I'm not actually in the article, but they're going to email me about something. SCP Cracked It Fortnite. Man, oh man. Okay, that seems to be all the ones that I'm actually listed in one way or another. Whew. Ryder, thank you for donating again. I have no ideas, but I must ask questions, and apparently waste your time while giving you money. Well, I appreciate your generosity to the point that you are donating despite not having a question to ask. We appreciate it greatly. Me, Desk is dog who is being fed, Charlemagne who is being fed by this. We all appreciate it. Scott Beast, what does membership do? Membership here at Site 42 on YouTube grants you a couple benefits. You get a green name in chat, which makes it easier for me to see you than the white names. You also get to use the custom emojis, like the Dr. Sherman emojis or the different SCPs we have. You also have a little badge by your name that evolves in coloration the longer you're a member. And so the longer you're a member, you get more and more elaborate badges. More and more... What's the word? When something is worthy, valuable, not... Prestigious. Prestigious badges. You also get the opportunity to see long-form videos early when I upload them, because usually I upload them for the following week. Now, due to travel and my ankle and trying to keep up with work, I haven't got production on a lot of long-form videos lately. We've been focusing on the streams and the shorts. But that doesn't mean long-form is dead on the channel. In fact, I'm working on videos. It's just I'm working on upgrading the script quality so much that I've had to call in help. But yeah, that's a couple membership benefits of being a Site42 channel member. We appreciate your membership and your service if you decide to join. Oh, Dr. Sherman, I think I got a name for the SCP Object show I'm making. SCP Into the Object World is the idea. Aubrey, that's not a bad idea. Into the Object World. See, the first thing that came to me is, what if it were like a Toy Story-like show and you could say Into the Toy Box? But it's not a toy-based show. It's just a object-based show. I don't know. I'm just riffing. Why do you want the screaming tree to scream? Is there a reason we want it to? Yes. So the situation with SCP-4521, in case you're unfamiliar, the tree that we want to scream. I don't know if you know this, but it is commonly known scientific knowledge that all trees, plants scream on a frequency that can't be heard by humans whenever you injure them. If you break a tree branch, if you pull a flower petal, trees scream. It is just a fact. You can look up the science. It's real world science. But SCP-4521 is a single tree that doesn't scream. And that's just messed up, man. That's just messed up. Why is it silent? Why ain't got nothing to say? Why ain't got no feelings? That tree is sinister. That's what I'm telling you. Scott Beast, welcome to Level 1 Researchership here at Site42. We appreciate your membership and your service researching ways for us to win the battle against the white names. And I just saw a Ko-Fi come in. Let me go check that so I don't forget the notification there. Raccoon Dog, you sent a Ko-Fi a couple days ago and I don't think I answered it. Forgot to add a message to the last one. Got a favorite security staff member? If I did... It's Draven Kondraki. Draven Kondraki is a good egg. Good kid. And then Dark Duality, thank you for donating a Ko-Fi right now. Your first donation of the day, so grab yourself a macchiato on your way past the commissary. Have to guard 056. What an attention demander. 056? What is 056 up to? SCP 056. A being of variable size, gender, and appearance which changes in response to the environment around it, especially in regards to living and sentient beings. Its most common form is of a handsome man in his mid-20s, dressed in the garb of similar appearance to that of the personnel guarding it, but of a higher quality and aesthetic value. Which makes sense because its code name is a beautiful person. And so it turns into all sorts of things. It's turned into a large, well-groomed Labrador Retriever when exposed to a researcher's dog. A woman of similar appearance to famous actress Scarlett Johansson when passing by a group of younger female staff. A female doctor in a white lab coat when speaking with various researchers. When asked to take an IQ test, The subject scored nearly 30 points higher than the highest scoring researcher available. Turned into a male bodybuilder who was able to lift nearly 250 kilograms twice on a bench press machine in the sector's gym. This was 30 kilograms heavier than the strongest security guard's max at the time. And a couch of extremely pleasing aesthetic value when left alone in the room. So this, exactly as was said by Dark Duality, it does this because it wants attention. And so it will be an attention magnet, and it will turn into anything to get said attention. That makes sense? You're so Sigma. Oh, wait. I know this code. You're so Phantom Tax? Is that the right response? Or is it you're so Skibbity? These young cadets and their newfangled slang, I swear. Both work? Thank you, Senior Researcher Frogman. I appreciate it. Yes, we're definitely down with the kids. Yes, as they say. Dr. Pepper Dragon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a kebab on your way past the commissary. Hey boss, could you expedite our request for a new forklift? The electric motor burnt out on ours, and the minor anomalies warehouse needs it since a lot of researchers return from vacation this weekend. Oh yeah, this is going to be a big deal after the Labor Day weekend. So yes, we can fast track that requisition. I'll put it in with chat right now. He has been consumed by the brain rot. No, I have been consumed by nothing. All I did is proper research because I need to know what's going on in the world if I'm going to contain the anomalous and know what's normal or anomalous. Strangely enough, that parlance is normal, not anomalous. I was as confused as you were. I thought we were looking at the birth of some sort of anomalous vernacular that we were going to have to contain somehow, but no, it's just normal apparently. Scott Beast, thank you for your first donation of the day, as well as becoming a member. Make sure to grab yourself a smoothie on your way past the commissary. Have you interacted / read about SCP-3090 or SCP-191? So 3090, I think we just talked about 3090 recently. Is that not Miss Gamer? This girl's gone bad on a game attack is the code name. And yes, this is Miss Mad About Video Games. So yes, I am familiar with this anomaly. I have never visited it personally, but I've always got to keep a lookout because you will find these TV-headed characters in public much more often than you would think. People sort of shrug them off. They don't see them for what they are, thankfully. Must be some sort of SEP field. But yes, it is a very common anomaly, actually, and so we have to keep an eye out for anomalies like it. Meanwhile, 191... Cyborg Child. Now this one I'm not familiar with at all. Just a quick glance at the documentation. A female human child, approximately single-digit redacted years old, believed to have been a test subject of several experimental surgeries performed by the late Dr. Redacted. 80% of the left half of face and skull have been removed, with the eye and ear replaced by a complex transceiver system that allows it to receive and transmit not only visual and auditory input, but a wider spectrum of electromagnetic radiation, ranging from low-frequency radio to high-energy gamma rays. Lower jaw teeth and larynx have been removed and replaced with data expunged. There's a feeding tube as well. Ugh, this is a lot. Poor kid. Poor kid. Oh, a Dr. Clef article. Nice. Cool. Nice references there. I didn't know that last one, so thank you for the tip. Yo, bro, what is the biggest SCP? Well, Robert Davis, if we're not talking about infinite SCPs like the Infinite IKEA, the Infinite Fish that just goes on forever, SCP-5320, or the other Infinite Fish that leaks amnestics, which is SCP-3000, then the biggest SCP, I believe, is SCP-5909, which is a 2.7 light-year large shrimp that floats through the sky and acts as a billboard for endless shrimp at Red Lobster restaurants. Not really sure where that one came from, to be honest. We're still working on that one. Ryder, thank you for donating again. Sorry to annoy, trust me. You are not annoying me by donating. Perish the thought. We appreciate your generosity. Sorry to annoy, but are there SCPs that actively want to protect nature? The one I want to write does, so I'd also like to advise you to cease any activity with the screaming tree if it's running around. Sorry if I annoyed you. So A, I am sure we have a Lorax of some kind somewhere. I'm not familiar with it, but it's somewhere. Furthermore, I don't care what your SCP document that you're studying, that you're researching, that you're compiling wants about it. That tree will scream. Oh, and by the way, Site42 Steph, I just wanted to alert you that you have successfully gotten more likes than viewers on this stream. This is how we get the algorithm to bring us new meat. And by new meat, I mean new people to get into the SCP fandom so that we can continue to support the wiki and its authors and artists and animators and filmmakers and game devs and all that. So Mobile Task Force Sci42, codename The Signal Booster, congratulations on your success. Hey there, Dr. Sherman. Have you heard any updates about SCP Academy? The pilot was so good. Dr. Ledoux, I have been in contact with the boys at Dark Math Films, and what I know right now from behind the scenes, just a tiny taste, is that they are working on their crowdfunding pitch to fund episodes 2 and onwards. Because they are, Dark Math Films specifically is a crew where both the main production leads, they are crew from Netflix and Amazon shows. They've worked on multiple Netflix and Amazon productions. They are well versed in the industry. And so they made what they made with the expertise of working on real sets. And with that also comes the need for real money. So it's going to be a bit of a big crowdfund if I'm remembering right. I don't remember their number, so I'm not going to say what it's going to be. But I just know that we got to keep an eye out. The Absolute Solver, Sin, thank you for donating again. Can I eat that shrimp? Just asking Doctor. No, because if you eat it, we can't study it anymore. We cannot decommission the anomalies. Ziggy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a empanada on your way past the commissary. Could Springtrap be anomalous? Oh, obviously anomalous. I'm sorry. Dead guy walking. Immediately anomalous. No question about it. Slick Techno King, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Klondike bar on your way past the commissary. Also, you didn't send a message, so just thank you for your generosity. Ashley, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Snickers bar on your way past the commissary. Still on the carrier, we're writing a document. Okay, good luck with your document. I do like documents. I am a big fan of documents. I do like those documents. Eerie5, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Capri Sun on your way past the commissary. Hey, hello, Dr. Sherman. I'm curious, is the cup for 294 indestructible? Well, it certainly seems like it. It did hold a cup of antimatter. And cups of very, very caustic fluids. I think they're not indestructible. They're just indestructible by whatever is dispensed into them. So they're not indestructible in general, but they are indestructible to whatever it's dispensing at the time. All right, I have a time check that we are 1 minute over on stream, which means I'm going to give you 2 more questions. 2 more questions that I will answer before ending stream. Sin, thank you for gifting 5 more memberships. Your service in the battle against the White Names today is legendary. Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename Signal Boosters, give me a salute for Sin in the chat. Does that shirt cast Sword Cloud? I'm not at liberty to say. Artemis Blake, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some of those treasure bugs on your way past the commissary. I see your profile picture. Is a seemingly normal man anomalous because he's seemingly normal, or seemingly normal because he's anomalous? Let me try that again. Is a seemingly normal man anomalous because he's seemingly normal, or seemingly normal because he's anomalous? Well, the answer is the first one. A seemingly normal man is anomalous because he's seemingly normal. Grammatically speaking, if the man were normal, you would say the man was normal. For instance, I, Dr. Sherman, am non-anomalous. I'm a normal, average human being who does not have any anomalous abilities, nor does my pen. My pen is also completely non-anomalous. And so you don't have to worry about us being anomalous, and we are not an SCP. And so, this man in your hypothetical here is seemingly normal. Well, that just tells me they're not normal. They're only seemingly normal. Therefore, that is where you go. Your hair is very nice. Thank you. I like alt men. Thank you. I am on my way to go get my hair touched up back to the original coloration this afternoon, so y'all can see what it looked like when it was fresh tomorrow. Ryder, thank you for donating again. Very much. Sorry to continue, but this SCP kidnaps people, possibly harms them, possibly kills them, so if you don't want to lose people, wait a bit until my critter gets contained. If you do, proceed on. Now, I'd like to apologize for the annoyance. So. I believe our situation here is that we'll just contain the thing. Then we can keep doing what we're doing, right? We'll just contain the thing? I think we'll just contain the thing. That's easy. Banobi, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Get yourself a jellied donut on your way past the commissary. Does SCP-096 get triggered when someone with face blindness looks at its face? Yes, because you don't need to be able to recognize 096's face in order to be triggered by it. Just like 4 fucking pixels. So, yes, face blindness will not protect you from 096. Krista Dyer Wolfboy, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a shrimp cocktail on your way past the commissary. 142 viewers to 185 likes. Well, we did celebrate the passing of the likes to viewers just a little bit ago. But, yes, it is still awesome. And so what about it? Welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Whew! Okay. Is there any kind of Discord server? Site42 has a Discord server, but it is secret. It is an Easter egg hunt. You got to find it. Now, maybe there are places where certain links are shared. And yes, if you can find that link and you are above the age of 17. You have to be 18 or older to join the SCP Site 42 Discord. That is a rule for the SCP Wikis membership. It's also a rule for us. Every time, Senior Researcher Frogman, oh, it's a mystery. Oh, you gotta go find it. You're there just like, no, I got you, brother. You. Foiling my plans, my riddles, my mysteries, my game of chase. Ooh, you have foiled me for what is probably not the last time, I reckon. But anyways, oh dear. Junior Researcher Sally. Here I am trying to sign off, and you hit me with this. Dr. Sherman, are we going to have an SCP-7 tonight? There's J. Emote one day. Listen, I have been wanting to spruce up the emotes because I believe we have membership numbers. If I check YouTube Studio to confirm this, we have YouTube membership numbers nowadays to get more emojis than we currently have. And if that's the case, then the only logical thing to do would be to add some emojis, wouldn't it? And so, if I come into here and I look at total members, got it. And then I have to go to, where is that in the settings? I have to go soon, but I am curious about this. So you have delayed the stream a little bit by getting me on a subject I want to pay attention to. Where do you put those emojis? It's in here, isn't it? Your membership level, badges and emojis, yes. We currently have the ability to do... We can have up to 21 emojis if we get 7 more members. And then we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 emojis. So yes, we need to up those membership numbers, but we still have room to add some more. And so that'll be something that we look into if I put that emoji, you guys are just going to torment me with it. People will become members just to torment me with it. Oh boy. Oh boy. We'll talk about it, okay? We'll talk about it, Sally. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for gifting 20 memberships to Site 42. 20 memberships? Thank you for gifting 20 memberships. And then Sin donating another 5. Make sure to thank Chris and Sin for their generosity if you got one of these memberships. Sheesh. Ashley, welcome to Overseer level membership here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service overseeing and directing the battle against the white names. And Senior Researcher Frogman, should I stop leaking the Discord? Well, thank you for donating to ask that. And you know what? I'm not going to fault you for it. Being honest now, if you do that in the chat and then people still don't find it, that's totally their fault. Whew. Okay. I had to sign off so I can go to the thing. So as is tradition around these parts, I always end stream by doing a rundown of my favorite SCPs. Now, these are not my favorite SCPs that I wrote. That would be cheating. Obviously, I love the SCP documents that I wrote, and you can go read those documents on the Sherm's Site 42 Hub and SCP author page. There you can see all the articles I wrote. There are some links that people might be interested in there, including becoming a Patreon patron or a YouTube member if you want to donate to us monthly, or doing a Ko-Fi donation or a YouTube super chat if you want to donate to us one at a time. If you're willing to donate to us in any way, myself, Desk, our chat mod, our Discord mods, and our editors appreciate your distribution of sources to help us succeed in our mission. Thank you so much for your generosity. And hey, even if you are part of the broke gang, which, trust me, we're an arts community. A lot of our people are broke gang. It's hard to make money in the arts. But if you are broke gang, it's okay, because you are still here to help us out as a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename the Signal Boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, and chat on our videos and streams, you help the YouTube algorithm drag people to Site-42, which makes them an SCP fan, by force, if necessary. And then they help us to grow the community, help the wiki's authors and their artists, and then animated shows, game devs, filmmakers, everybody who wants to make SCP stuff. We gang rush their projects with eyes and sometimes money, and then we get better SCP things. I want to see an SCP movie. I want to make an SCP movie. But until I have the resources to do that, the best I can do is be a good SCP social media influencer guy and send people to the proper channels to give them the support they need. So thank you, Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename Signal Boosters, for your help in this matter. Now, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and content warning on this one, SCP-8980. It's a rough read, but it's real good. Speed round, 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, and 8980. Content warning on that last one. Some quick final notes here. Killjoy, welcome to Overseer level membership here at Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service overseeing our forces in the battle against the White Names. And Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating again. I made my mom Butterfinger flavored coffee the other day and she said it was good. That does sound good. Peanut butter and mocha, but the way Butterfinger has like a weird peanut butter texture and flavor that's not real peanut butter, but it's still real good. That's probably awesome. I like the sound of that. Sir, the O5 Council is watching you. Oh, they are already always watching us, guys. Be aware. You saw nothing. But they saw everything. I already love being in this community of Site-42. I've always liked SCP. Well, thank you, Scott Beast. I'm glad to provide a welcoming space for SCP fans. We're here to have fun and enjoy good art. And at the end of the day, if we're doing that, we're having a good time. Now, as always, after I tell you my favorite SCPs, it's time to sign off. So Site-42 staff, I have been Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site-42. And this has been A Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site-42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video and or stream. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating during the outro. Ethics Committee told me you good? That's good to hear. Ethics Committee, I do not want a problem with. Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes. But it's the only thing that I know. Oh. And when it gets hard, you know it can get hard sometimes. It is the only thing that makes us feel alive. We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone. Wait for me to come home. The credit song, as Jazzy Boy pointed out, is Photograph by Ed Sheeran, on special request from someone who wanted to hear Dr. Sherman sing in falsetto. Stay well, Site 42 staff. Secure, contain, protect.